Out on the shattered edge of the galaxy, a lone human stumbled across something no one should have survived: a wounded predator cub, barely breathing, its claws cracked, its fur soaked in its own blood. Any sane traveler would have walked away. Predators like this grew into nightmares, the kind that haunted entire star systems. But the human didn't move. He knelt, wrapped the dying creature in his jacket, and carried it out of the dust storm, never knowing this tiny act of mercy would bind an entire alien clan to humanity forever. And one day, that oath would shake the galaxy. If stories like this spark your curiosity, hit that like button. It helps more people discover these wild HFY tales. And if you want more human legend moments like this one, consider subscribing. No pressure, just join the crew. Oh, and share it with someone who loves sci-fi twists. They'll thank you later. The desert moon of Rither was a place that swallowed sound, light, and hope. Storms moved like living beasts, carving scars into the land that never healed. Marcus Hale knew this, yet he kept walking, boots sinking into sand that felt hot even under the dying sun. He was supposed to be heading back to his rover, but something in the wind pulled at him. A sound, faint, strained, almost like a whimper. He followed it. Half buried at the base of a jagged rock formation lay a creature most people only saw on warning posters. A Karak predator cub, jet black fur streaked with silver, claws already sharp enough to cut through armor. But this one wasn't attacking, it was barely breathing. Its chest rose in tiny, painful shivers. One eye was swollen shut. The other flicked open just enough to see him. And instead of snarling, it simply stared, exhausted, afraid, alone. Marcus froze for a moment, every survival instinct screaming at him. Helping a Karak was suicide. Their adult warriors tore patrol ships in half. Their clans hunted entire settlements when angered. But this wasn't a warrior, this was a dying child. Marcus shrugged off his jacket and wrapped it around the cub, lifting it gently from the sand. "Hang on, little one," he murmured. "I won't let you die." Marcus barely slept that night. The cub lay wrapped in thermal cloth inside the rover, its breathing shallow but steadier than before. He fed it drops of purified water, patched its wounds, and kept the heater running even though it drained precious power. Every few minutes, the cub's ears twitched, small, frightened reactions to distant thunder outside. But Marcus wasn't worried about the storm anymore. He was worried about what came after it. Because Karak never lost a cub without tearing the world apart to find it. At dawn, the desert trembled, not from wind. This was heavier, rhythmic. Like the heartbeat of a giant beast, Marcus stepped outside, visor adjusting to the rising glare. Shapes emerged through the dust, tall, broad silhouettes. Eyes glowing amber, Karak warriors, a full hunting party. Marcus raised his hands slowly, knowing one wrong twitch could get him vaporized. The largest warrior stepped forward, armor etched with clan markings, fangs bared in a silent, deadly warning. But when the coup inside the rover let out a weak cry, everything changed. The warriors froze. Their eyes snapped to Marcus. Not with rage, but with something sharper. Something ancient, recognition. He stepped aside, revealing the cub wrapped in his jacket. The Karak leader inhaled deeply, then spoke in a rumbling voice. "You saved our blood." For a moment, no one moved. The wind whispered across the dunes, carrying the soft rasp of the injured cub. The Karak warriors circled Marcus, but not with the fury he expected. Instead, they lowered their weapons slowly, deliberately, as if approaching a sacred site. The clan leader stepped closer. His armor shifted with a low metallic growl, each plate carved with symbols older than most star empires. He studied Marcus with those molten amber eyes, searching for deception. Finding none, "You tended to him," the leader rumbled. "Fed him, kept him warm. A human did this." Marcus swallowed. I wasn't going to let a kid die out there. At the word kid, the warriors exchanged glances, surprised, curious, almost amused. The leader knelt beside the rover, lifting the cub with a gentleness that didn't match his monstrous frame. When the tiny creature whimpered and nuzzled Marcus's jacket, the leader's expression shifted into something fierce and solemn. "This cub carries the bloodline of Clan V'Harok," he said. "For his life, we owe a debt." A heavy silence followed. Then the warriors struck their fists to their chests, one by one, releasing a thunderous roar that shook the sand around them. "No human," the leader declared, "will ever bleed alone again. By Fang, by oath, by clan we stand with you." The ancient blood oath had been invoked, and the galaxy would never be the same. Word of the blood oath spread faster than any starship. Some species dismissed it as a rumor. Others panicked at the idea of Karak warriors standing beside humans. But for Marcus, the meaning of the oath became real only weeks later when Iron Valley came under attack. The alarms shrieked across the settlement. Artillery blasts shook the ground, turning steel walkways into molten debris. A hostile raider faction had arrived without warning, tearing through defenses like they were paper. Families scrambled for shelter as the sky lit with red streaks of plasma. Marcus sprinted through the chaos, helping civilians toward the bunkers, knowing full well the settlement wouldn't survive another wave. The raiders were too many to well-armed. Humanity stood on the edge of being wiped out. Then the air changed. A deep vibration rolled across the valley. Not machines' footsteps. Heavy, thunderous, synchronized. People stopped running and looked toward the ridge. Shapes emerged through the smoke. Tall, armored, eyes glowing amber. The Karak clan. Their roar split the sky. Warriors leapt from the cliffs, tearing into the raiders with feral precision. Plasma bolts glanced off Karak armor. Claws ripped through enemy exosuits. The battlefield turned in seconds. And at the front, the clan leader himself, carrying the now healed cub perched proudly beside him. They had come because of Marcus, because of the oath. When the dust settled over Iron Valley, the world felt different. Smoke drifted like ghosts over shattered roads, but beneath it lay something rare: silence, a victorious silence. Humans stepped out from bunkers, blinking in disbelief as Karak warriors stood guard among them. Fangs bared not in hostility, but protection. Marcus walked through the ruined square, the healed cub trotting at his side like a shadow with bright silver eyes. Wherever he stepped, Karak warriors dipped their heads, a gesture of respect no human had ever earned. The clan leader approached, armor cracked from battle, yet his presence unshaken. "You saved one life," he said, voice deep as thunder, "and through it, many more were saved today." Marcus almost laughed. "Didn't expect to change galactic politics with a jacket?" "You changed more than that," the leader replied. "You reminded us that mercy has power, that even the smallest act can shape futures." Across the galaxy, the story spread. A human who saved a predator cub. A clan that vowed no human would ever bleed alone. Two species rewriting their fate because one man refused to walk away. Years later, historians would call it the spark that ended centuries of mistrust. But to Marcus, it was simple. He saved a child, and an entire clan answered.